thing is when I go to church, I can't get past the fact that I'm just listening to some guy. That's just some dude. And people are like, no, that's a special guy. No, it isn't. He didn't, like, levitate down from the ceiling, this white light around him. Why would you listen to another human being tell you where you're going to go when you die? It's just like, dude, have you ever been dead? No. Great. So wouldn't it be safe to assume that you wouldn't have the slightest idea what you're talking about? Yeah, you're making it up. You're making the shit up. You're not fooling me with the robes and the candles. Speaking in Old English, he said it under you is. Shut the fuck up. You don't talk like that. You're just some guy. Your name's Jerry. You played soccer. You got your ass kicked in gym class. And now you're doing this.
That there are many religions in the world, and they're all equal, but the Christians are the main one. That's what I tell them. The Christians won. They're the winners, so act accordingly. Congratulate Christians when you meet them, because they won the world. The Christians won everything a long time ago. If you don't believe me, let me ask you a question. What year is it? What year is it according to the entire human race? Because we're counting to it in unison as a species. What is this number? We're counting the days since what? Since there was ever people? Or since the sun did something? Not at all. It's been 2017 years since what? Anybody, yell it out. Yes, Christ! Christ! That's right. We are counting the days since Jesus together. Which makes sense if you're Christian, but what the fuck are the rest of us doing? Jesus was here. Everybody, scientists, historians, Jesus. Jesus. Jesus plus 2. Jesus plus 3. Jesus plus 4. Jesus plus 2017 years, 4 months, and 3 days is when your license expires.
The Nazis only lasted a dozen years and they got their ass handed to them in a high hat. Catholic Church has a far more prosperous and prestigious record of murder and torture and tyranny and oppression and nonsense, not to mention the kid fucking, and they're still around and more popular than ever. I'd be far more afraid to hear someone go, you know that new Nazi? He used to be a pope. No shit. I'm fucking out of here. That guy's dangerous. Yeah.
A lot of Christians wear crosses around their necks. You think when Jesus comes back, he ever wants to see a cross? It's kind of like going up to Jackie Onassis with a little sniper rifle pendant, you know. Hey, Jackie, just thinking of John. We loved him.
Here is Catholic. I'm not sorry if you're offended. I'm actually sorry just the fact that you're Catholic. It's got to be one of the most ludicrous beliefs. And I love watching the Pope bounce around in his little Pope mobile. That's the 3 feet of bulletproof plexiglass around him. Boy, there's faith in action. Christianity is such an odd religion. Eternal suffering awaits anyone who questions God's infinite love. That's the message, isn't it, that we're brought with? Believe or die. Thank you, forgiving Lord, for all those options.
I have already given you a condition. If you don't put a small amount of water on a baby's forehead, it burns for eternity. That's the condition of a fucking psychopath.
When I started this show, my first routine was about how lesbians were fat, ugly, useless, with no sense of humour. And you couldn't applaud more. Then I killed an Arab man from a fucking helicopter. Just shot him dead. Then I said that there's no Christian, that Christians are bullshit and there is no God. And that's the moment when half the audience chose to be offended. Was that the fucking moment that got you? How very Christian of you towards the Muslims and the lesbians.
What's written in the Bible? That's God's book. As far as I know, the devil hasn't brought out a book. We don't know his side of the argument, right? If you ask me, the devil and God are having an argument, the devil's being a bigger fucking man. Because God's just writing shit about him. And the devil's going, I'm not even going to fucking comment, son, if you talk about me like that. God runs the entire universe except for one place, which is run by hell. And the devil is his biggest enemy, and they don't get along whatsoever, right? Now, if you act bad, you go to hell. Now, you've lied, you've cheated, you've stole, you've been a prick your entire life. Why would the devil punish you? You're one of his boys. He's going to fucking dig you. That's where all the hookers and drugs are going to be. You don't think they're going to make their way into heaven? Don't think God's going to open the gate and go, Jim, you've been such a good guy. See this big-titted whore with a line of coconut? Knock yourself out, son. Religious people will forgive God for fucking anything. But when he does bad things like hurricanes, AIDS, cancer, child molestation, then we just go, oh, well, God works in mysterious ways. What type of an excuse is that? What is mysterious about acting like a fucking asshole? That is like the least mysterious activity since the dawn of time. If I ever date a religious girl, she's going to come home and I'm going to be raping her mum. And she's going to look at me and go, what are you doing? And I'm going to go, I'm mysterious. I've always been mysterious.
Was the earth created in 7 days? No. For those of you who believe it was, for you Christians, let me tell you, then you do not understand the Jewish people. We Jews understand that it did not take place in 7 days, and that's because we know what we're good at. And what we're really good at is bullshit. I would love to have the faith to believe that it took place in 7 days, but I have thoughts. And that can really fuck up the faith thing.
Our fight in this world is not against Islam, it's against religion. Be very clear about this, because I can tell you this for sure. No one's head has ever been cut off in the name of atheism. Now let me be clear about this. If you're religious, you are slowing us down. We're trying to move forward and you're in the way. I'm sorry. Now imagine that the world is a train track and society is a train. The train has to move forward. Now in this train, we have the people in the engine room, the people who are running the show. And those people in our society who run the show are scientists. These are the people who are inventing medicines and surgeries for you to live longer and finding alternative fuel sources. And engineers that are making machines that run more efficiently. Now, all these people are scientists. Now, whether you like it or not, scientists are primarily atheists. And they're all in the front carriage dragging us along. Now, in the second carriage, we have a bunch of cunts that I don't think get enough flack. Agnostics. They're all standing around the second carriage going, who knows? You know, like, maybe there is a God, maybe there isn't a God. Then there's this last carriage, and it's carrying the rest of the population, and it's just filled with cunts wearing hats for reasons they don't know, and growing beards because they think they have to, and some of the women are covering their faces and cowering. Everyone's dancing around going, man on a cloud, man on a cloud, and there are so many of these cunts that the train is hardly fucking moving. And the people in the engine room are like this. If I just pull this peg here, do you know how fast we'd be moving?
Life is sacred? Who said so? God? Hey, if you read history, you realize that God is one of the leading causes of death. Has been for thousands of years. God? No. Boom. Dead. The sword of God, the blood of the Lamb, vengeance is mine. Millions of dead motherfuckers. Millions of dead motherfuckers, all because they gave the wrong answer to the God question. You believe in God? No. Boom. Dead. You believe in God? Yes. You believe in my God? No. Boom. Dead.
God don't live in church. They say the body is the temple. I'm walking in church right now. And Adam and Eve had two sons, Cain and Abel. And Cain and Abel got married. To who? Where did these mystery bitches come from? I said, I don't believe Jesus died on no cross. He could walk on water, feed 1,000 with a loaf of bread, raise the dead. But you telling me this nigga couldn't handle 3 nails? I know brothers with 9 bullet wounds still walking around. His name is 50 Cent. You telling me 50 Cent colder than Jesus? Maybe you delusional motherfucker.
Have you ever had a clever or interesting argument from the other side?
No.
What's his name?
I don't know. None of this shit's real.
That's the fucking story of Christmas.
I was in the bookstore the other day. They have a book in there called Christianity for Dummies. And I was like,
Oh, the irony.
I was over in Australia during Easter, which was interesting. Interesting to note they celebrate Easter the same way we do, commemorating the death and resurrection of Jesus by telling our children a giant bunny rabbit left chocolate eggs in the night. Now, I wonder why we're fucked up as a race. Anybody got any clues out there? Or where do you get this shit from, you know? Why those two things, you know? Why not goldfish left Lincoln logs in your sock drawer, you know? As long as we're making shit up, go hog wild, you know? At least a goldfish with a Lincoln log on its back going across your floor to your sock drawer has a miraculous connotation to it. Mommy, I woke up today and there was a Lincoln log in my sock drawer. That's the story of Jesus. Who comes up with this shit? I've read the Bible. I can't find the word bunny or chocolate anywhere in that fucking book. Do y'all have different books of the Bible than I do? Are y'all Gideons? Who are the fucking Gideons? Ever met one? No. Ever seen one? No. But they're all over the fucking world putting Bibles in hotel rooms. Every hotel room. This Bible was placed here by a Gideon. When? I've been here all day. I ain't seen shit. I saw the housekeeper come and go. I saw the minibar guy come and go. I've never laid eyes on a fucking Gideon. What are they, ninjas? Where are they? Where are they from? Gideon? What the fuck are these people? I'm gonna capture a Gideon. I'm gonna make that my hobby. I am. I'm going to call the front desk one day. And yeah, I don't seem to have a Bible in my room. But I've always found religion to be fascinating. Ideas such as how people act on their beliefs. Pro-lifers murdering doctors. Pro-lifers murdering people. You know, it's irony on the base level, but I like it.